A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a stunning turn of events, Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan has been declared the winner of the country's controversial presidential election, securing an overwhelming 97.66% of the vote, according to official results released by the Electoral Commission on Saturday. This victory comes amidst a backdrop of violent protests and allegations of widespread human rights abuses, raising serious concerns about the integrity of the electoral process. Hassan's ascension to the presidency was marked by the sudden death of her predecessor, John Magufuli, in 2021, and her recent election victory has been described by critics as more of a coronation than a democratic contest. The main opposition party, Chadema, was barred from participating in the election, and its leaders faced legal challenges, including treason charges against Tundu Lissu, the party's leader, who has been imprisoned for months. The election, held on October 29th, was marred by chaos as protests erupted across the nation. Demonstrators took to the streets in major cities, expressing their outrage over the government's actions and tearing down Hassan's campaign posters. The situation escalated to the point where the military was deployed to assist police in quelling the unrest, leading to reports of hundreds of casualties. According to Chadema officials, around 700 people have been killed by security forces since the protests erupted on Election Day. These figures are echoed by a network monitoring hospitals and health clinics. Although the government has denied any excessive use of force, the internet was shut down nationwide, further complicating efforts to verify the death toll and stifling communication in the country. As the violence unfolded, international observers and human rights organizations expressed deep concern over the situation in Tanzania. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres voiced his worries regarding reports of deaths and injuries during the demonstrations. Meanwhile, the Tanzanian government has attempted to downplay the scale of the unrest, with Foreign Minister Mahmoud Thabit Kombo claiming that no excessive force was used and denying knowledge of any fatalities. In the wake of the election, Hassan's administration has faced accusations of orchestrating a campaign of terror against dissenters, with reports of enforced disappearances and arbitrary arrests leading up to the polls. Rights groups have condemned the government for curbing freedom of expression and silencing critical voices, further entrenching concerns about Tanzania's political landscape. Despite the unrest, Hassan's victory is seen as a means to consolidate her power and quell dissent within the military and among Magufuli's allies. Analysts suggest that her decisive win was intended to send a message of stability and control, especially in light of the opposition's rising influence among the youth and urban populations. The political maneuvering in Tanzania is emblematic of the challenges facing democracies in the region, where authoritarianism often prevails over democratic ideals. The ruling party, Chama cha Mapinduzi (CCM), has maintained a firm grip on power since the country's independence in 1961, and Hassan's election victory only extends this legacy. As the dust settles from the election, the international community watches closely. The situation remains fluid, with ongoing protests and a government determined to maintain order. The future of Tanzanian democracy hangs in the balance, as citizens grapple with the implications of Hassan's presidency and the government's response to dissent. With reports of violence and unrest continuing to emerge, the need for transparency and accountability in Tanzania's political system has never been more urgent. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.